May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm D.C. Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic hardship, and able to get out and do whatever it is we want within the limits of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. Now, before I read you from a Shunryu Suzuki lecture excerpt, I would like to tell you that our guest doggette, Boombo, a.k.a. Boombita, whose real name is Bumble. That's what the name its owners gave it, and they call it Bumble or Bumblebee. And it's just a little toy poodle, and it is not much bigger than a bumblebee, so that's a good name. However, I think they don't relate with as many Indonesians as we do, not near as many. So, it's very hard for local people to say Bumble. In fact, they didn't. Right away, our Pembantu, our housekeeper, said, she said, what's your name? I said, Bumble. She said, Bambang. No, not Bambang. That's actually a name here. We use a saxophone player, sometimes named Bambang. She said, Bam Bam. Well, very close to that. Bam Bam, Bumbo. Then she started saying boom, boombo. And boombo is spice or spices. So we like that, spices, boombo. So we called her Boombo or Boombita. Anyway, Jason and Shauna came back yesterday after being gone half a year in Southern California, and were delighted to come get their dog. Now, their dog was 3 months old when they got it, and it was 6 months old when they brought it to us to take care of while they were in America. And that was 6 months ago. So it had been with us for the last 6 months and with them for 3 months before that. So they're just dying to see their little darling pet toy poodle. So they come in just so excited, and Boombo starts barking at them like they were the trash collectors and running in and out and hiding, and they're going, oh no, Bumble, Bumble. Anyway, it was sort of humorous. But they reported when they got back home, and they have a nice yard and a pool and stuff. Then she started remembering and feeling, at home. And I would imagine she'd miss Bondi, our dog, who sort of, had begrudgingly accepted her with a few little growls if Boombo got too friendly with her. But Bondi got used to it. Bondi never likes puppies or smaller dogs. She likes bigger dogs. She likes to jump on them. And she's pretty small, But I think Bondi will miss her. Bondi got quite used to her, and they were always together because Boombo stayed with her. Also, they both tended to stay with me because Katrinka was gone until Katrinka just got back a week ago today. And she, I think that was today, and she was gone for 7 weeks. So those dogs were just right with me all that time. And, and we'd walk to the beach. And they were very easy to walk because Boombo I could drop her leash. She'd just stay right by me. And she was taught to heel. So she walks behind me. I don't like that. I like to see them in front of me. And we don't teach our dog anything except not to pee and poop in the house. And guess what? Bumbo had a problem with that. She's smart. She's smarter than our dog, Bondi, in many ways. But like she would bring Katrinka when she wanted to go out, she'd bring Katrinka her walking shoes or sandals or something. But God, she just insisted on being poop in the house. Well, we'd get it, where she didn't. And then she'd start doing it again a little bit. It wasn't that hard to clean up, and she'd do it right by the back door to the little back area where we wanted her to. But maybe she was afraid to go out. But then sometimes she'd do it during the day. I was gone one day, like for hours and hours in the studio, and I come back, and the dogs are so excited to see me, and I open the house, and what does Bumble do? She runs inside and pees on the floor. I mean, so weird. But so I just gave up for a couple of days. And that was right before Katrinka came back. When she came back, we both, worked with her. And she stopped doing it then. But anyway, we don't have to think about that anymore. Or having the tissue paper, bags, everything torn out of waste baskets, wherever you can find it, and torn into little pieces all over her. She had a lot of energy. Anyway, we will miss her. She was a lot of fun to have, very easy to take care of. And, I could take them down to the beach, and I could go swimming. They just stay very, they'd get in the water a little, and they'd watch me, keep an eye on me, and they'd mess around there. And Boom Boo could swim. Bondi can swim. She doesn't like to. And she spends a lot of time sort of walking around in the water looking for fish and stuff. But Boom Boo actually swam out a little to me a couple of times, and I saw her swimming around a couple of times. I think poodles are swimmers more. Anyway, enough of all that. All right, so what were we talking about? We were talking about the triple treasure, and I keep saying I'm going to get back to beginner's mind, and I will. But this triple treasure thing intrigued me because of it was so great, what Shunryu Suzuki said. The 10th precept is, don't slander the triple treasure. And he said, this is supposed to be the most important one. And why are these Buddhists trying to protect themselves? What do they have to protect? And that's a very selfish precept, right? And I thought, well, he might have said that once, but that's just one side of it. So I read another one where he talks about the triple treasure yesterday. And here's something else. I just, went to the lecture archive on ShunyuSuzuki.com and searched for triple treasure. I searched for the triple treasure, and so this is what I came up with. It doesn't say what I got first was talking about taking refuge in the triple treasure. So Suzuki's, but look, he's reading from the Shushogi. So I'm going to read from the Shushogi too, since he was. And the reason I'm doing it is so that we know what we're talking about here, what the Shushogi has to say about it, which is Shushogi was put together at some point in the last few hundred years. I think of it as not being that old from things Dogen had written and stuff. So he says, before the observation of the moral precepts, he's talking about maybe in a precept ceremony, there's the 10 pure precepts, there's the 3 pure precepts, and there's different ones, right? And so he says, so before the observation of moral precepts, we have to take 3 refuges, and this is those observations of taking refuge in the Buddha, and the teaching and his teaching, and the community is included, and they're included in the 16 precepts. So Buddha, the teaching, and the community, that's Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, right? But he didn't say Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. He said the Buddha, his teaching, and his community. So this is section 14 of the Shogi. The merit of triple refuge will always ripen when responsive communion takes place between the trainee and the Buddha. Those who experience this communion, whether deva, dwellers in hell, animals, will take this refuge. The embodied merit increases through the various stages of existence and ultimately leads to the highest right enlightenment. Buddha himself confirmed the merit of the triple treasure as supremely valuable and inconceivably profound. All living beings, therefore, should take this refuge. So, that gives you a rather, positive view of the triple treasure. And so what do they mean when they say, don't slander the triple treasure? And that's the most important one. Well, don't slander the triple treasure. You know what we think of, that means, don't sit around and cuss about it or something like that, right? But it means don't have a misunderstanding of it, And that's, so if you say that's the most important precept, you would say, well, to understand the triple treasure and to know the right way to understand it, to embody it, to realize its profundity. This, say, this then includes all the precepts. And then Suzuki says, these rules are not man-made. They're not supposed to be man-made precepts like social rules or customs or rules of some special countries. It's something more than that. It's based on the truth, a universal truth of the universe. If so, it does not just mean, when it says the precepts do not kill, it doesn't mean to kill strictly speaking. Well, we can't kill anything. You think you can, but it's impossible. When we realize this, we will not kill anything. We will not try to kill anything because it is impossible. This is one way of observing it, observing do not kill. So do not kill is not just a matter of forcing something or others, empower a person to do something, or formality, observation. It is something more than that. If you realize this fact, that you cannot kill anything, then you will be free from dualistic activity of killing or not killing. So, then he's going through them. There's do not steal, do not lie, don't delude body and mind. Don't sell intoxicants. He'd always say, that means don't go around trying to sell Buddhism. Here. I'm looking for where all right, and here we are. And then he says, so the precepts observation, he said, well, we should be grateful to the precepts. It is the mercy of the Buddha. If you think the precepts will be a bandage for your life, or the precepts, the rules of your life, that's a big misunderstanding. It means your effort. It means your effort isn't sincere enough, so you need to follow the precepts. You don't know yourself. and you do not make an effort enough to be a Buddhist. When you become a Buddhist, you will find the meaning of those precepts. So I'm going to leave it there. Okay. This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Dogged Pandita, Philan Kuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.